Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Hey, before I get on to today's video, don't forget I got two other channels, Farpoint Restorations and Repairs, and the new channel, Farpoint Mowers and More. So if you're into the old automotive content or the old lawnmower video and garden tractor and like farming stuff that used to happen, you're probably going to want to check out those two channels as we move this channel more into a singular direction. Anyway, speaking of that direction, let's take a look at this. It is the Retevis MB3a. Well, no, let's see. I totally butchered that. MB3a. So I have reviewed the MB3. This is the MB3a. We're going to take a look at it and see what the differences are. And this does have it's the combination. So it does come with the MR500 antenna. I've certainly shown you a few videos on that, but let's go ahead. We'll open that up first and take it out. I would say for a basic antenna, this is one of the nicer ones that I've played with. All right, well, let's check out the antenna first. This is the MR500, and it comes in two pieces. You simply slide it down. It does come with an Allen key to tighten it up, and it sits on a base with 18 feet of cabling right here, magnetic base. Now, I had one of these on my wife's car, and I used it for a couple of trips actually, and then, strangely enough, she damaged it, and it was good until then. So it does not have a flexible base, and I think that's the important part for people getting this antenna. You're going to want to put it on a trunk. You're going to want to put it not maybe on the highest location in your car because, yeah, it's got some flex. It'll move back. But what happened to the original, the top of our minivan is only a foot off of the parking deck garage. So that would have put it right about there. And it was just too much for it, so it snapped it down here at the base, which I was a little upset about, but it happens. These things happen. So anyway, the MR500, I have done some range test reviews with it, and it's a pretty darn good antenna. So I'll set that off to the side. Like, it's amazing. Antenna technology has just kind of hit its stride. I always had Radio Shack's antennas on my cars back in the day, except for the 102 Whip, which also was a Radio Shack product, so I guess so. But what was happening a lot was that everyone out there, oh, you have to have a K40, you have to have a Wilson 1000 or whatever. Turns out, after owning all of those and some even more expensive brands, that Radio Shack antennas that I was using, the 42, the 48-inch ones, they were actually pretty darn good. This also, I mean, it may not look imposing. It doesn't come with a spring base on it, but still, that's a 4-foot antenna. Pretty positive. Yeah, that's a little less, 42-inch. So that's a 42-inch antenna, mid windings, mid-loaded. So right there, that's better than having base loaded like a K40 or a Wilson 1000 because you're getting that signal out at a higher point. So things to think about. Anyway, there's my side rant, I guess. I don't know what to call that. But let's open up the MB3a and see what comes with it. Here it is, the manual. I'm just going to get everything out of the box and lay it out. All right, there's our bracket. It does come with, your screws to mount the bracketing and a microphone holder. And then it does come with the mic. Take a look at that. And it's a pretty good mic. I'd say it's a 4-foot cord. It does have channel change on here. Full-size mic and push to talk right there. And a hanger on the back. It is a 5-pin. As far as the radio itself, it's that anodized aluminum, like brushed aluminum. Nice coating on there. Very cool that it does have a heat sink. Get the pun. Cool heat sink, right? And on the back here, it does have a spot for an external speaker, as well as a SL 259 connector, and our cigarette lighter adapter. That is a nice thing. So you don't have to buy extra. And if you were going to hardwire this to the car, well, you just cut this. Now, here's a pro tip for you. These things are getting to be a little scarce sometimes to find locally. So you cut it far enough up, and then you keep this half if you're going to hardwire it in, and the next time you need a cigarette lighter adapter, you've got it already. It is a bottom firing speaker, and it is small. I mean, I can't compare it to the Cobra 19. I can't compare it to the Cobra 25 or even the Radio Shack 503. It's its own unique shape in a smaller compact version here. It says it requires no more than 3 amps to operate. So that's nice. On the front here, channel up and down, squelch, on, off, and volume. And then we have a menu button. This is nice. On the side here, there's like a green LED light that lights up for our power level and transmit. Then we have our main screen. And we do have, it says PA, but I guess it's PA through the external speaker. So it doesn't have a separate PA. Your external speaker that you'd be listening to the radio on would also function as a PA. And of course, this is AM, FM. These new models are all coming out. I do have that. Does have scan, does have noise blanker, and we do have an emergency, and we have a lockout as well. So there she is. As far as the manual goes, MB3a user's manual. It is 8 pages, it says. We'll see if that's true. Goes through the different things that you can do with the menu. It has a power setting, but low for AM is 4 watts, FM is 4 watts, and high for AM is 4 watts, and FM is 4 watts. So I would imagine that this is sold in other markets with some extra features, if you know what I mean there. So as far as the menu items, we have brightness, backlit brightness. We have a beep on and off. We have a Roger beep with 6 different types of Roger beep. Vox sensitivity level, Vox delay time setting, RF power setting, timeout timer, ASQ setting level, and frequency. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you cannot have a frequency shift in an American CB radio. So it does have a 5 kilohertz slider, but that's only available in the foreign market, the HF model it's called. And it is the regular 40 channels, and then it gets into some of the warnings and stuff about not electrocuting yourself, which always seems reasonable to me. 8 pages, all in English. Okay, well, not going to be a terribly long video, but I do want to get it over onto the bench and plug it in. If you've already seen my review of the MB3, they're very similar. However, this one has some extra features, which I think are pretty cool. So let's do it. And I'll go ahead and hit automatic squelch control for right now. We'll keep that down. But as you can see, a nice amber colored screen, channel up down menu, all the functions here close up. It is worth noting these are backlit. So there you go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll switch over here to AM. And we're already picking up some stuff. I'll use the microphone. And we'll give it a shot here. Brake channel for a radio check. You'll also notice when I do that it does go to the transmit, turns red.
No, we just never do conditions. I can never put this old block online there, this old back 9. I can't get into you guys' net on 18 because we don't have conditions dog on it.
All right, so I'm going to turn the squelch back on here. Now, all right, we can turn the squelch up. If you want to get into scan, press that button and it'll probably stop on 6. That was a pretty strong signal earlier, but you can go into automatic squelch control and it'll scan until it finds something that it likes. So it's thinking, right, and it's picked up something. All right, I turn off scan, the little dot goes away, and then if I want to go to my emergency channels, we got 9 and 19, and then we're back. If I press and hold, the little lock symbol comes up there, and the channel is now locked. I can't change anything. It's locked out. So press and hold again, right, and there we go. We do have noise blanker. If I press and hold that, you can see the noise blanker show up. So short press for scan, long press for noise blanker, and of course we do have FM. And if you long press that, you're also going to PA mode, where the external speaker becomes the PA. Right, so channel up and down on the radio itself is also available. And then I'll press with my other hand here. We'll get into the menu system. And we have brightness, beep. We're going to turn that off, right? We don't want that beep. Brightness, we'll leave that all the way up. Roger beep. Right, do we want it on? Yeah. I'm going to leave it on that one. These two settings, LE and L1, are both of our Vox settings. Clearly not an issue here. And then we have PO, which is RF power. Let's go ahead and change that. We'll set it to high. Right, we want that power setting all the way up. Then we have timeout timer. Right, we'll leave that alone as well. And then we have automatic squelch control. That is from 0 to 9. We have it all the way up right now. And then we are back to brightness. So there we go. That's the menu system. So a very basic radio, but also got all the stuff you would want. Like, it's got scan, it's got noise blanker, it's got automatic squelch control, it's got emergency programmable 919. It's got a lockout feature if you're going to use this in an area where you're not allowed to have hands on a microphone, which is absurd, considering I can never look out of my car without seeing somebody texting while driving 65, 75 miles an hour. Well, you can use Vox settings as well. I know there are some trucking companies now that require that. And so there you go. Not a terribly long video. By the way, I just want to point this out. This is currently operating off of a topped-on jump box. I've got it plugged into the cigarette lighter. And so for emergencies, you can do that. Pretty cool, huh? So this is completely off-grid right now and plugged into an Antron A99. And I guess I'll just wrap the video up with a little more noise. We'll roll down through the channels here.
West Virginia, you're making a trip to the Mile High.
Look at that. I'll leave a link to where you can get one of these things, and I will see y'all next time. Take care.